O, już zaraz powinno być. No. Ho. Co?
It's fortunate I could make it. My divination results predicted you making a fool of
nie ma
yourself.
napisów.
The show is about to start. Make sure you remember these words. You wouldn't want to tarnish the
Czemu ona
CNJO's
płacze?
reputation now, would you?
No, Master Diviner.
After me. Fulgurant Leap.
Fulgurant Leap.
Epical Spectrum.
Jaką masz śmieszną.
Apical Spectrum.
Aurum Alley's Hustle and Bustle.
Aurum Alley's Hustle and Bustle.
Hustle and
The
bustle.
Swarm Disaster.
The Swarm Disaster.
Audience.
Audience.
Not bad. Make sure you recite them a few more times.
Master Diviner,
No,
What is it now?
a słodko w sumie
how do
jest.
you say this one?
High Cloud Quintet.
Jaki... No, dobra, trailer. Cicho.
We honor those who have passed on. We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars, to shine brightly among them.
To była będzie?
Before you leave, please make time to recuperate.
A nie, to ten region nowy.
I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters. Farewell for now. All things in this world have their laws.
You know that I'm a descendant of the lawful Vidyadhara. You witnessed my secret strength, as March would call it.
As you can see, we added a few things to the simulated universe.
A, decymy, to
Stephen
uniwersytet?
Lloyd thinks this is a big achievement.
Nowe kuriosy?
We
Nowe
call
te?
it Simulated Universe. The Swarm Disaster.
Słodka! Co oni robią? O Boże, jaki piękny art. Pierwszy kodzik, tapujemy, widzowie, kolorowa chmura, dzień dobry wszystkim. Dzień dobry wszystkim, widzowie, cześć Bacia, cześć Gabi, dzień dobry. Szybciutko. Da się co? Dobra. Przypnieć, Szymek jesteś? Przypniesz kod? Cześć Fluffy, dzień dobry. Ej, ale bardzo rzeczy się wydarzyło. Sorki, na chwilę mi coś zniknęło. A kurde, ja tego nie przypisałam, no. Ale dobra, w sensie mogę to spróbować przypiąć, czekajcie. Dobra. O, teraz będę mogła to przypiąć. Dobra, bardzo dużo się wydarzyło i dziwnych rzeczy.
And whether or not
Dzień
your
dobry.
world has a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and you know the rest. Welcome to the version 1.3 Celestial Eyes Above Mortal Ruins special program. As always, your good buddy Albert's here to bring you all the latest intel on the upcoming version. Today, our three special guests
Ale
are...
bardzo ładne to jest.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah
Śliczne.
Wiedenheft and I voice Fu Xuan.
What's up, guys? I'm Angelica Nupaneni, and I voice Sushong.
Albo,
Hey Trailblazers, I'm Nicholas Liang, and I voice Dan Hong.
słuchajcie, fan...
Welcome,
Czemu jest tutaj
welcome,
szuszam?
and welcome again. I gotta say, that trailer was loaded with details on the new version. Sarah,
Serdecznie dzięki za follow.
anything
Dzień dobry.
stand out for you?
Well, I'm always excited for story updates, but that last segment caught my eye too. The Swarm Disaster? Was that it? It looked pretty intense.
Ale tu
I
będzie
know. Did Herta upgrade the simulated universe again? You know, my trailblazer senses are tingling.
Tak śmiesznie po angielsku, tak w ogóle nie
The
vibe'owo.
simulated universe will be getting some significant updates in version
Będzie dużo zmian w Simulated
1.3,
Universe, nice.
but that's for later in the program. First,
Dobra.
let's take a look at the new characters joining the war.
Okej, dobra, czyli nowe
First on
postaci
the
najpierw.
list, and finally revealing his true power, we have
Danon
Don Hung, Imbibitor Lunae.
Okej, Danon pierwszy. Weź rzuć we mnie tą kulą, chłopcze! Ale to, że się unosi, totalnie to jest... Czyściutko. 2 palce w natalce! Oby szybko przyszedł. A! To jest jego ult?
Oh, okay. So March wasn't bluffing. Don Hung does have secret strength. But why would he suddenly reveal it after hiding it for so long?
Let's not forget he did get impaled. Yeah, I think if he'd kept it under wraps any longer, he might have had trouble staying alive.
Płaszczek tego smoczka,
You know,
patrzcie.
desperate times, desperate measures.
Okay, it makes sense, but why the secrecy up till then?
Well, to answer that question,
Oh?
we gotta talk about Don Hung's previous incarnation, Don Fung, a member of the High Cloud Quintet.
That's right. I'm sure Trailblazers will have noticed that certain characters in the story have been referring to Don Hung as Imbibitor Lunae. But Imbibitor
Dowiemy
Lunae
się,
is actually
dlaczego
a
tak się
title
stało.
handed down as part of the law
To ciekawe.
Vidyadhara High Elder succession. The person they're referring to here isn't Don Hung, but Don Fung. Don Fung was once the Lawfu Vidyadhara High Elder. He achieved great deeds for the Xianzhou in wartime, but ultimately committed an unforgivable sin.
Nie wiemy, czy coś
but
popełnił, ale nie
if
wiemy
Don
co.
Hung's still alive, then Don Fung's sin can't have been that unforgivable, right?
I think someone pulled a few strings. There's only one guy in the Law of Food who'd risk the Xianzhou's reputation like that. Genuine.
Is that what a little bird told you, Albert? I never knew owls were so gossipy.
Oh, no. Jingyuan's not to blame this time. The head of the Xianzhou Vidyadhara, the High Elder, possesses the power to transform into a dragon. The method of entrusting this power to the next head is a closely guarded secret, and the responsibility of each High Elder.
Aha,
We
to
don't know
położenie
the
się
full
smoki to jest
story,
bardzo
but
tajemna wiedza.
Don Fung misused this method and sparked a terrible calamity. As a result, the Vidyadhara grew to hate
Źle użył tej
Don Fung,
metody i
but
sprowadził
executing
zagrożenie
him would
jakieś.
have brought an end to the High
Katastrofa
Elder
właściwie.
succession. They decided to use an exuviation charm, forcing him to reincarnate. Which is why Don Hung is alive and well today.
The world of the Vidyadhara is complicated.
But why would Don Fung cause so much trouble? I suspect there are a few more secrets waiting for us down the line.
Ah, the allure of the unknown. But fear not, Trailblazers. A banquet of delicious secrets awaits you.
Ciekawe, czy
Now,
a to teraz
take a
będą,
look
czy
at
nie?
how secret strength Don Hung handles himself on the battlefield.
Kurczę, no jestem ciekawa.
As an imaginary type
Oh.
character following the path of destruction, Don Hung, Imbibitor Lunae's specialty, is consuming multiple skill points to trigger an array of powerful abilities. Tapping the skill button enhances the effects of
to
Imbibitor
jest jego
Lunae's
skill.
basic attack,
Dobra.
Beneficent Lotus, up to 3 times in
Tapujemy,
succession.
tapujemy!
Depending on the
Kolorowa
number of
chmura,
enhancements,
tapujemy!
Beneficent Lotus becomes Transcendence, Divine Spear, and Fulgurant
to
Leap,
testowaliśmy.
respectively.
1-2.
Hits per action and damage dealt increase with each enhancement. Additionally, single target damage is replaced with multiple target damage in both Divine Spear and Fulgurant Leap.
In Imbibitor Lunae's talent, Righteous Heart amplifies the damage he deals as the number
Okay,
of hits per
troszkę.
action in the current turn increases.
Sounds like skill point management is going to be pretty important for Imbibitor Lunae's allies.
Well, hold that thought. When using his ultimate, Imbibitor Lunae deals imaginary damage to a single target and adjacent enemies,
jak on ładnie
while
patrzy.
also receiving a set amount of Squama Sacrosancta.
Chociaż nie wybaczę, może jest maluszkiem.
Squama
No, ale...
Sacrosancta can be used to offset Imbibitor Lunae's skill point consumption.
Man, Secret Strength Dan Hung is
Cześć,
kind of a
opowiadajcie,
one-man band.
But that's not all. Imbiber Lune's technique, Heaven Quelling Prismadragon, allows him to enter a leaping dragon state for a set time. In this state, using an attack causes Imbiber Lune to lunge forwards a set distance and strike all enemies he comes into contact with. Entering battle in this way allows Imbiber Lune to acquire a set amount of Squama Sacrosancta.
And lo, such is the frightful power of the high
No,
elf.
ciekawe wygląda.
Now that we've introduced Secret Strength Dan
Na
Hung,
siłowni w taki upał?
let's move on to an
Muszę
old friend of ours, the Master Diviner, Lady Fu Xuan.
Okej, teraz Fu Xuan. Ładne ma kolorki. Bardzo ładne jest. To muszę przyznać. Nie jestem mi fanką ogromną, ale ładne ma kolorki. Kolejne 2 palce? Ty, 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 ty.
Oh, her first
Dobra.
encounter with the Trailblazers was pretty impressive.
From high above, amid a hail of bullets, came the words.
Your every move has been foreseen.
By
Ona
the
twoja na-
Omniscia.
Okay, you gotta admit, her bullet deflection game is on point. But I wonder, how'd she fare against a Star Knot, though?
Oh, yeah, I can't see her swatting one of those out of the sky.
Fu Xuan might have something to say about that.
Oh, okay.
Our hexagrammatic position is fluctuating between the earth and water trigrams.
gadają?
What do we have to fear? Let us counter this menace directly with the might of the Xianzhou.
Oh, Susheng translation. Hexagram says let's do this.
I think the Divination Commission would benefit from having Su Shang
Przypięte
as a
masz wodę.
translator.
Yes.
The Omniscia on Fu Xuan's forehead is a mysterious instrument that allows her to calculate her every move in advance.
To pomaga jej kalkulować?
However,
To?
the immortal bodies of the Xianzhou natives exhibit adverse reactions to external augmentation. While the
jest?
Omniscia may grant her incredible computational abilities, it also causes her pain and exhaustion.
Well, with great power, you know the rest.
That explains Fu Xuan's reliance on bubble tea, then, huh? I heard she drinks like 10 cups of Immortal's Delight a day.
Hey, that sounds like gossip to me. What if Immortal's Delight is just heckin' delicious?
Banery jeszcze trochę, ona jeszcze
I
będzie links.
suspect
Co
it
pani tam
is,
dopiero.
though I'm sure the sugar helps. Running the Divination Commission and divining the fortunes of the Xianzhou, it's an exhausting gig.
All right, Anjali's right. No more bubble tea gossip. By way of
Oh, ja piłam bubble tea
apology,
wczoraj.
how about I treat everyone to 10 cups of Immortal's Delight after the show?
Yes! Now we're talking.
Let's talk about bubble tea there. It's time to take a look at how the Master Diviner showcases her abilities on the battlefield. Fu Xuan is a quantum-type character,
Okay.
following the path of preservation.
To jest skill.
Where other Path of Preservation characters mainly use shields for defense, Fu Xuan takes a different road.
Precisely. After using her skill, Fu Xuan activates the Matrix of Prescience, which lasts for a set number of turns. This allows Fu Xuan to absorb some of that damage for her allies.
Ona nie daje tarczy,
When the
tylko daje
Matrix
takie
of
pole.
Prescience is active, it grants the knowledge effect to the entire team, increasing characters' max HP and crit rate. Fu Xuan's talent offers a variety of
Zwiększa HP i
effects.
kryta?
Firstly, Fu Xuan can provide a permanent misfortune avoidance state, reducing the damage taken by the entire team. Secondly, when Fu Xuan's HP drops below a set percentage, she recovers a set percentage of HP.
POV, you're Fu Xuan's enemy. Why are my
Ale jak
attacks
spanie
healing
poniżej
her?
konkretnego życia, to się healuje, okej.
That's not all.
Ciekawe.
Fu Xuan's ultimate deals quantum damage to all enemies, but it also increases the frequency of her talent's HP restoration effect. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, Fu Xuan's technique can grant a barrier for the whole team that lasts for a set duration. During exploration,
Ładnie
the
wygląda.
barrier blocks all enemy attacks, thereby preventing battles that would otherwise have triggered in this way. Her technique also activates the Matrix of Prescience automatically at the start of the next battle.
That's our Master Diviner. Reliable and determined. No wonder she's got her sights set on the generalship. See, her style is very different to Jing Yuen's. but being a defensive backbone for her team is equally respectable. And you won't find her gardening or
Ciekawe.
playing chess on the job either.
Jestem ciekawa.
I didn't say it.
We're moving swiftly on to our final character.
To on, dzień dobry.
It's time we introduced a young girl from Bellaba.
O,
Lynx
Lynx!
Landau.
Jaki słodziak! Jaka bubu!
Surname ring a bell? You got it. She's the younger sister of Serval and Japard Landau.
You know, is it just me, or should everyone in the overworld be taking tips from Lynx? She's the only person I've seen who's dressed for the eternal freeze. Like, are the majority of
Jak
Balabagians
śliczna,
frost-resistant or something?
I think those geomarrow heaters keep the temperature relatively comfortable within the confines of the city.
Oh, so Lynx's winter gear is for venturing outside the city, right?
You got
Tak,
it.
to szczerogwiazdkowa postać.
Lynx has always been drawn to the horizon. The centuries-old records of Yorilos Six's vibrant past.
taka
The
słodziutka w
beautiful
sensie, to jest
auroras
ten
described
typ
by her
piękności, że
teachers.
jest
The
słodziutka,
heroic
nie?
tales of the Landau family. All of it pertains to the
Nie wiem, czy
world
oglądaliście?
beyond the city walls. Where the Belabagians call
O Boże, Lejtka?
snow
Nie.
plains. Compared with her sister's
Boże,
enthusiasm and her brother's
Lejtka? Takie anime
seriousness,
jest.
Lynx is somewhat
O
introverted and
pozowaniu.
comfortable with solitude.
To jest
She often
owłosiona,
ventures
co?
out alone into the perilous snow plains, which has allowed
Lejtka?
her to hone her wilderness survival skills.
Kurczę, jak się za
She's
tytuł?
gonna be the world's
I to taki vibe
smallest
totalnie.
survival
Totalnie ma.
expert.
Now, she may be small, but she packs a punch. Let's dive right in and see just how powerful this snow plains explorer really is.
Yeah,
Bakka.
Lynx is a quantum-type character following the path of
Tak.
abundance, who provides a variety of healing for her team. Her skill can restore
Okay.
HP to a single
Skill-
ally and grant them survival response for a set number of turns, boosting their max HP. If an ally with survival response follows the paths of destruction
Ale zajebista
or
sytuacja.
preservation, the likelihood of them being targeted by enemy attacks increases.
Increased enemy aggression? Guess they're not fans of whatever's in that tin.
O, słodko wyglądają razem.
Can't say that I blame them.
My, that looks like fermented herring. Ooh, it's my favorite. You guys want to try some?
No, I'm good.
No.
Daj.
Forget about the contents of the tin. This is a useful ability.
I'll say this. Directing enemy aggression towards characters who can take a hit is kinda genius.
Does she have any edible tricks up her
Ale
sleeve?
to jest ultimate. okej,
This
dobra,
one looks
rozumiem.
safe for
To jest
consumption.
ultimate. Jaki jest ult?
Lynx's ultimate restores health too and dispels one debuff from each ally.
Wow!
Huge!
I know. Yo, talk about a hard pill to swallow,
Ale
huh?
nas zdejmuje
Anyone? Sarah? No?
z jednego tylko
Yeah,
zdejmuje
I'm
te
just
buffa.
wondering how she
Ale
even
mimo
fits it
wszystko,
in her backpack.
zajebiście.
Sometimes big things come in small packages. You know, I forgot to mention Lynx's talent. It can grant a continuous healing effect to targets of her skill and ultimate for a set number of turns. This effect will further restore a set amount of HP to characters with survival response. Similarly, her technique can also grant a continuous healing effect for a set number of turns, but
i
to the
technika daje
entire
heala.
team.
Takiego w czasie, spoko.
Talk about being a reliable healer.
That's our
Spoko
little
się z
snow
rodzeństwem w ogóle
plains
pokazywali.
explorer. We can all breathe a little easier with her on the team. Well, that concludes our new character introductions. Next up, let's take a look at the brand new 5-star light cones coming to the
A,
warp
light
in
cone,
version
light cone,
1.3.
dobra.
To get us
Pokażcie.
started, how about a path of destruction light cone, brighter than the sun?
To jest!
Is there anything brighter than the sun?
If there
jest
is, we should tell
spocony na
Viper
nim.
Lumet about it. Someone needs some vitamin D.
Związane łańcuchami.
Hey, come on. He's looking pretty good for a man suspended in chains. You know what I mean? Yeah?
Dang, patrzcie jak dang, bang, bang,
Fair
bang!
point.
Co
Now,
jest?
on to a path of preservation
A ta
light
co,
cone.
ma tego? Masaż?
Poor
Masaż ma
girl.
tego?
Everything
Twarz się
changed in
czyszczą?
an instant.
Thrown suddenly into an endless reliance on bubble tea.
Oh, speaking of bubble tea, Albert, any chance we can fast track that?
No, to jest trochę różnica, nie?
Yeah.
Jest trochę różnica. To też jest ładna
Now,
grafika, ale trochę...
during the first phase of version 1.3 in the character
Aj,
warp,
kurde, znaczy...
Trailblazers can obtain the limited
Kurde, czyli
5-star
Link z drugiej
character
połowy.
Don Hung and
Okej.
Bibiter Lune.
Spoko, bo
In the
będzie
corresponding Lycone
zgarnięcia
event
lisica
warp,
nowa.
the drop rate of the 5-star
Lisica nowa
Lycone
jest jeszcze
brighter than the
spoko.
sun will be boosted.
Asta.
During the second phase of version 1.3 in the character
O,
warp,
Pelas znowu?
foreseen,
Pelas chyba trzeci czy
foreknown,
czwarty raz na banerach.
foretold.
Nie, trzeci będzie
Trailblazers
chyba.
can obtain the limited 5-star
No i
character
hook. Ale tu
Fushwin,
Lynx
not to
jest,
mention
kurde.
the 4-star character Lynx, who will also be joining the warp. Yes! During the corresponding Lycone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star Lycone she already shut her eyes will be boosted.
Zazdro. Zazdro tym, który powtórzy, będą gadać
And
Lynx.
that's all she wrote on Lycones and warps.
No ale Yukong spoko. O,
But
jak
don't
się
leave
nazywa?
just at that.
Yukong
More
spoko, bo będę
exciting
budować pod
updates
Danona.
are right around the corner.
Cześć, Patryk. Dobra, drugi kodzik. Drugi kodzik. Napiszecie kody, to ja ten... Jak czujecie się? Jak czujecie się z tym, co zobaczyliście? Ewo, ty trolu. Operek przypniesz? Myślę silowej, nie mam więcej. No, współczuję. Kurde. Kurde, no. Jest operek, czy nie ma operka? Dobra. Czy chyba nie ma operka? A jest operek! Super, dziękuję bardzo. Już myślałam, że poszedłeś już na trening. O! Jak wrażenia? No Danon super, ale Lynx, jak ona jest słodka, no ale nie wiem. Nie wiem, czy rzucę.
Welcome back,
Zobaczymy,
dear
jak później na
viewers.
Danonie.
Let's pick up where we left off. In the preceding story, and thanks
będzie
to the
nowa misja,
collaborative efforts
będzie
of
nowa
Genuine
misja,
and
w sensie
Don
będzie
Hung,
fabuła.
Pantilia was
Nice.
banished and the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was resolved. And yet, as the dust settles,
Nice.
even
Myślałam, że nie
the
będzie.
fears of the citizenry becomes a new priority.
Rightly
Nice.
so. Helping people get back to their old lives is a big part of rebuilding.
And more often than not, responding to a disaster is trickier than preventing one.
In version 1.3, the Trailblaze mission Obsequies performed, a long road ahead, will reveal a glimpse of the Xianzhou's recovery efforts. We'll also be seeing the likes of 4 new companion
aż
missions.
4 będą nowe
The
misje.
Dragon Returns Home,
Luka
Total
March.
Recall,
Danonuś.
Farther Than the Snow Plains, and Mohasle.
Lynx.
In The
Lynx,
Dragon
Luka,
Returns
March,
Home,
Danonuś.
we find Don Hung in the turbulent wake of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. He must face up to his past life and meet with the current Vidyadhara High Elder, Lady Bai Lu.
Chyba będzie jakiś
Meanwhile, in
fabularny.
Total
Dobrze.
Recall, March 7th makes a big decision. Having witnessed the wonders of the Matrix of Prescience Ultima, she decides to ask Fu Xuan for the Matrix's help in rediscovering her past.
Farther Than the Snow Plains focuses on the youngest member of the Landau family. Lynx returns from an expedition with something troubling her, and her
wygląda to naprawdę
siblings,
ciekawe.
Serval and Japard,
A Lucas
are at a
zostanie.
loss to help. They decide to seek the assistance of none other than the Trailblazer.
And last but not least, Mohasle. Wildfire member and Fight Club reigning champion Luca has returned to Boulder Town. He wastes no time
Nie
in
wiem, mam
inviting
wrażenie,
the
że quest Luki to
Trailblazer and
będzie-
Zila to help him in completing a special bout of trading.
Taki trochę nie wiem.
Ooh, nice cinematic read there, Albert. Getting
Jak Spacer
goosebumps.
Rider.
Oh,
Pierwszy
those names
quest.
are so intriguing. I feel like these missions will answer a lot of questions. Like, why is Bailu the current Vidyadhara High Elder? And is March 7th truly as many people suspect?
This is hardly the domain of
Koleś sprząta.
unverified rumors. Ours is a serious program.
Serious? More like bubble
Ciekawe
tea gossip
4, no.
central.
Myślałam, że będziemy mieli
Speaking of
Batkę
bubble
patch.
tea,
Batkę
yeah.
patch, a jest taki...
Fine, I'll wait.
In our next segment, we'll be talking version 1.3 events. Exalting Sanctum's
Chrzank będzie do
Armali
zgarnięcia
was
i
once a hub of
karta
commerce and
nowa.
crowds, but has gradually fallen into obscurity over the
Nowa
last
area,
millennium.
a byłam pewna, że
The
to
blink
co
of an
było.
eye for a long-life species. And now, as the IPC's corporate interference encroaches upon the
Dużo
Laofu,
rzeczy
the people
dają.
sense danger and are striving to breathe new life into old trades. In the O'Malley's Hustle and Bustle event, trailblazers are thrown right into the action with an opportunity to influence the Alley's ultimate fate.
Wait. What do we need to do exactly?
Well, shops of numerous sizes can be found in the newly reopened Aurum Alley district. By arranging cargo shipments and planning logistics routes, trailblazers can accumulate funds. These funds can be used to progressively revamp the urban landscape of Aurum Alley, helping it return to its former glory.
By achieving goals in this limited time event, players can earn self-modeling resin, tracks of destiny, stellar jade, and 4-star character Sushang.
Nice.
Following this limited time event, Aurum Alley will remain in the game as a permanent mode. This mode includes rewards such as the Aurum Alley themed phone wallpaper, Ingenium Dreams.
What? That's something we haven't seen before?
That's right. Phone wallpapers are a new feature being added to version 1.3. Trailblazers can browse and replace their wallpapers using the in-game mobile
To
menu.
będzie tapeta do telefonu.
So pretty.
Okay.
Isn't it? All right, folks. It's time to talk
Zmiana.
about a big update
Okay.
to the
Zmiana w
simulated
Simulated
universe.
Finally! I thought for a moment you might have accidentally left it out.
The cheek! How could I, your humble
Pokażcie zobaczcie, co to
living
zmiana.
servant, make you wait?
I mean, we're still waiting on those bubble teas, so I'm just saying.
Kurde, ale myślałam, że będzie karta nowa. Brakuje mi
The
stożków dobrych.
update is the collaborative effort of 4 genius minds.
Okay.
They call it Simulated Universe, the Swarm Disaster. They completed a broad spectrum of structural renovations purely to investigate the fall of an eon.
The Swarm Disaster.
Dobra,
Sounds like
pokażcie
it might have something to do
zmiany.
with what is that eon's name again? Tazy something?
Daisy Baisy.
Tazeroth, the
Suck
eon
my
of
nazy.
propagation.
That's the one.
Interesting.
A, w ogóle
What
jest
motivated her
To ona
and her
będzie w
team
pierwszej
to
połowie.
research
Nie
the
słyję tego w
Imperator
ogóle, że będzie w pierwszej
Insectorum?
połowie.
Ooh, I'll tell you. From the story so far, we've heard that the propagation once caused a major swarm,
Ale spoko,
which
mam na niego
spread
zgid.
throughout the universe. This eventually caught the attention of multiple eons who united to eradicate it. This event involved more eons than any other recorded event in history, which of course makes it an excellent research subject.
So that's how it is.
In order to delve into this complicated history, Herda and her team have developed various new methods of exploration. In Simulated Universe, the Swarm Disaster, the stage maps will appear in a format similar to a chessboard. Trailblazers will need to navigate through randomly generated domains
wszystkie
and
na przykład
tackle a
razem.
variety of challenges before making it to the deepest parts of the simulation.
I'm assuming these geniuses had more in mind than simply
Okej, to
maneuvering
jakieś
around a
zabawy w sumie
grid.
to universe.
Right, you
dobra.
are. In order to simulate the experiences of different Pathstriders and resonate with the
ciekawe.
eons, a brilliant mind named Steven developed the audience die and communing device.
Oh, audience die? Oh, come on,
Ile
Albert.
świnek?
That's not a nice thing to
Słynne
say to the
słowa na moment
audience.
przed tragedią.
Die as in singular for dice.
Okay.
It has to do with the eons bestowing random gifts upon Pathstriders.
No ciekawe,
Before
ciekawe,
progressing
ciekawe,
each
ciekawe,
turn,
ciekawe.
use the communing device to roll the audience die. This will generate special effects for the current turn.
Coś zupełnie nowego.
These special effects might provide our team with powerful buffs, or alter the chessboard in some way, or even create further variables for subsequent actions. The chessboard and grids are superficial. The true intent of the geniuses is to delve into the mysteries of the eons. Each exploration will encompass 3 planes
Ale
corresponding
rączki mrał.
to Imperator Insectorum's emergence, expansion, and demise. Trailblazers will encounter simulated historical events during these phases, and different responses will lead to different outcomes.
But do these simulations really recreate the truth?
The official response is that due to the many historical unknowns, all potential outcomes are valuable. The data helps us infer the most probable truth.
And the unofficial response?
Madam Herda said, and I quote, "You can't prove that the past wasn't like this, can you?
How exceptional. Undeniably a genius.
Madam Herda has also developed a path space for the express purpose of enhancing the resonance between trailblazers and their paths. As a trailblazer, every action you take that aligns with your
Every
path
step you
during
take.
exploration
I've been
can help
watching
you to obtain path energy, leading you closer to the eons.
And what can we expect when we get closer to the eons?
Once you have sufficient path energy, you'll be able to unlock specific
Jajdy,
buffs
Fifka,
and a
Jajdy.
chance to interact directly with the corresponding eon.
Myślę, że to
Thereby
trudniej
uncovering
wygląda,
their
jak będzie w
part
rzeczywistości,
in
że
the
będzie łatwiej do
swarm
opanowania. To
disaster.
wygląda trochę skomplikowanie, no. Jak to
Okay,
się
so
wszystko
we've
słucha.
been hearing those words a lot, but none of this feels swarmish or disastery enough to me.
Say no more. In the final domain of the third plane of each exploration, trailblazers will encounter a brand new enemy, the Swarm True Sting. True Stings have the ability to divide and create more swarms. If not dealt with
robale.
promptly, the entire battlefield will
robale, fuj.
eventually be overrun by the swarm. Sufficiently swarmy? Suitably disastery?
Yeah.
Damy temu
Okay,
wtrawę.
that's plenty. Gives me the creeps just thinking about it.
Finally, upon
to
clearing
co mówiliście,
simulated
że nowa ścieżka.
universe, the swarm disaster,
Propagation?
the brand new path of propagation will be
Propagation.
unlocked within the simulated universe.
Hey, what a roller coaster. That's a big update, all right.
And big updates need big rewards.
O, nowe nagrody!
Aside from Stellar Jade and numerous other materials, the Swarm Disaster rewards include 2 self-modeling resins.
Okay, self-modeling
Those things are
resiny,
rarer
super.
than rare. Are there really 2 up for grabs?
Komu się zacina? Mi się
You
zacina.
better believe it. And I highly encourage Trailblazers to give it a go. Next up is the Space Station Task Force event. Revitalizing the space station is no small undertaking. If we want to speed things up,
O nie, rumba
we'll need to
chodzi.
enlist the help of a task force with special permissions. Watson has lined up all the assignments that require attention. Over to you, Trailblazers. During the event, by assembling a team that meets the requirements of specific assignments, you'll be able to earn rewards such as Stellar Jade and character experience materials.
And as the message makes clear, there will be requests and assignments every day. It's almost impossible to finish them all.
Version 1.3
O,
will
będzie
also see
planer.
the return of the Planar
Chyba tak. No
Fisher
nie słyszałam
and
wszystko.
Garden of Plenty events. During the respective events,
I
successfully
podwójne
challenging
dropy
the
z Golden i
simulated
Crimson
universe
Galaxów,
in
czyli
Calyxes
materiały na
can earn
talenty
you a
i
set
materiały
amount
jak
of double
kredyty,
rewards.
lewarki.
At the same time, version 1.3 will unlock 2 new stagnant shadow stages, Shape of Puppetry and
Nowe będą
Shape
moby,
of
czyli-
Abomination.
Czyli
The former will drop Suppressing Edict, Ascension material required for Don Hung and Bibita Lune. The latter will drop Nail of the Ape, Ascension material required for Fu Shui.
dobra, nie
All
farbcie
that
na...
too?
Nie farbcie tego,
Oh, and I'm not
materiałów.
done with you yet. Version 1.3 system updates are just as momentous. First
No
off,
miałaś wypierdalać.
after the version 1.3 update, the Trailblaze power cap will be raised from 180 to 240.
To pisali już wcześniej, dawno tak. 240
Exactly
energii
the amount
będzie.
that regenerates in a day. Once Trailblaze power maxes out, a percentage of the surplus is converted into reserved Trailblaze power.
So in other words, if you forget to log on, you won't have wasted much Trailblaze power.
Czyli będzie się można
And
skapować
here's
trochę
something
bardziej.
else.
No
The
i jak ktoś zapomni na
1.3
przykład.
update will also bring changes to the friends and chat systems, which include being able to sort your friends. And Trailblazers not currently accepting new friend requests can choose to disable them in settings. Icing on the cake, you can now send emojis in chats.
Emotki będzie można
At
wysyłać.
last, bring on the pom-pom and March 7th emojis.
Yeah, nice. Fingers crossed for some authentic boomer material.
And of course, we have the crowd favorite, Gift of Odyssey Chicken Reward.
Tak, co patrz,
Logging in for
kur...
7 days gets you 10 warps. It might just be your lucky break.
Nicholas, I admire your confidence. Last but not least, Honkai Star Rail will also be a part of this year's Gamescom.
Nie dla psa, nie dla
What
Polaka kiełbasa.
surprising updates await us?
Boże, jakie
Watch
śliczne.
this, Space Trailblazers.
Czemu on nie ma normalnych ciuchów? Czemu nie mają normalnych
Let's
ciuchów
roll
dalej,
out
tak?
today's
Come on.
Final Redemption Code.
Woohoo! Dawajcie ostatniego koda. Będziecie chojowers w dupę jeb... Słowa słynnego stonogi. Koperek jesteś? Przypiąłbyś żoł? Rycerz też dostaniemy. Ej, jestem ciekawa, co będzie do Rycerz. Dobra, nieważne. Dobra, jest dużo rzeczy. Szkoda, że nie ma nowej karty, no ale jest Shushank do zgarnięcia. Wydaje mi się, że czegoś nie powiedzieli w Simulated Universe o nagrodach nowych, ale bo tak ptaszkiem coś ćwierkało, ale nic teraz nie powiem. Więc zobaczymy. Zobaczymy.
All good things must come to an end, and so must today's special program. We've covered quite a bit about the 1.3 update.
A to nie
Any
powiedziałeś,
thoughts
że
or
będzie,
feelings
tak?
from our
Ten,
guests? What are you most looking forward to?
Man, so much to choose from, but
No,
for
dużo
me,
rzeczy.
it's gotta be the characters. Dan Heng and Baibitor Lune, Fu Xuan, and Lynx are all special in their own way.
Czystego.
I just hope I get lucky with
Faktycznie.
the warps.
And as for me, I'm super excited about the Simulated Universe update. The new gameplay and story aspects sound brilliant.
Yeah. Well, since you guys covered the obvious, I'll go for something a little different. I feel like this version's quality of life enhancements are really good.
Naprawdę
I
dużo
love
zmian.
the Trailblaze power cap increase and the new Reserve Trailblaze power feature. They may sound minor, but I think they'll make a big difference to the experience.
Oh, totally! And I'm sure the gaming experience will keep improving as the updates keep rolling. Well,
Rolling.
that's it for the Honkai Star Rail version
Dużo.
1.3 special program.
Dużo rzeczy.
As always, thanks again to all you Trailblazers for tuning in. And may our paths cross again soon.
Bye, guys!
Catch you later. See you next time.
Oh, bubble tea, bubble tea, bubble tea.
Fine.
Yeah.
Dużo rzeczy.